What's happening in Coachella Valley? This is Craig Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and I'm with my co-host,
Francoise Rhodes, on this last weekend of summer.
It's September 22nd,
Did you know that?
I think. Wow, are you kidding me? Is this the first day of fall?
Yes. No, tomorrow's the first day of fall.
23rd.
Yeah.
So very interesting. I
I
got
know.
my coat on. The weather's starting to get casual, and we're here for another Coachella Valley. If it's happening here. We got so many things going on. We have Barnett English in the house.
Yes.
From Joshua Tree Music Festival. In fact, he just walked in. I'm so excited to hear about his story. I had a chance to interview him a couple years ago, and I'm so excited. We're going again this year to Joshua Tree Music Festival. It's an incredible experience, 4 days, 3 nights, and so on and so on. We're going to be giving away some prizes today. And what else? What else is on
We
here?
have a lot to talk about. But first off, folks, we have to give Craig a lot of credit for being with us today. Feeling better soon. I don't know if you can see the balloon behind him, but you had knee surgery. He's got his leg all bandaged. Tell him what happened with you. I'm going to try to find it so I can look at comments.
Well, what happened is during the last show, Francoise kicked me so hard under the table
Probably what it was.
that they had to haul me away to the emergency room after. I just had a slight tear in my knee, and it was fixed on Monday, and I am back in business. But this is actually the first day out, and I am drug-free and available to talk about what is going on in the Coachella Valley with my right knee in action. There's so many things. I'm so excited. I can't believe we're already near October.
I know.
And so many things on the agenda.
Okay.
I mean, I am filling out those media passes and media things right and left because this is a place during the season from October through May and even during the summer that is happening now. We have so many things going on in the Coachella Valley.
Lots of stuff. But I have to bring up one event that we talked about a couple weeks ago, the Area 51 event. Remember, it was going to 2 million people went online and said they were going. They were going. They were there. They were going to shut down the whole area. Well, it became like a big old bust, actually.
What happened? How many people?
It's only...
You and who else?
I didn't go, but my friend who works in Vegas said that the promoters... Well, the guy who actually put this whole joke together then decided to do a music festival out there in the middle of nowhere. That fell apart. He moved it to Vegas, and Budweiser sponsored it. They had over 10,000 people at the music festival. But at the gates of the mysterious facility out there, in one area they didn't have any people show up. In another area they had about 40 people show up.
So we had 40 people show up to the 2 million people event. Well,
2
we
million
know what
people
happened.
event. Yeah.
They were all taken away.
Well,
the UFO people came.
Oh, is that what happened?
Well, what else would have happened?
Oh.
It's Area 51.
But think about this, Craig. Think about the power of the internet was saying 2 million people were going to be there. These people in these little towns spent thousands and thousands of dollars to get everything ready for these 2 million people, and then they don't show up. How is that going to affect other events down the road when people, it's going to be very confusing.
Well, I know when 2 million people show up at our show, 2 million people show up, so sometimes the internet can be correct.
All right. Well, to all you 2 million people out there, you can
go.
send us
How's it
comments.
going?
I have this up, so actually I should be able to see comments that we have coming in, so be sure and share. So anyway, it's going to change that whole thing, though, when you say, I don't know. Anyway, so too bad. No aliens here, no aliens out there, so I don't know.
Hey, I want to ask people out there what you think about our logo on screen. You can see it right above us.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool feature that we've just added. With that television means that we can maybe share a little bit more information later on. Probably not today. We have so much
I don't know, but let's be honest
on
with
the
them.
agenda.
We're in a new room right now.
Well,
we're
that's
not
true.
really thrilled about this room, but we're trying it out. Let's just be honest with them. And if we don't like it, we're going to go back to the other one. But right now, we want to make sure that our connection with you stays strong. And hi, Susan. Susan just joined us.
Hey, Susan.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi. So anyway, I'm just being honest.
That's
with everybody.
fantastic.
So I have something else to talk about.
Okay.
Something that really riled me this week. I got a ticket.
Oh,
yes,
about time. I've seen you drive.
No, it had nothing to do with my
like 80
driving.
offenses before you actually get a ticket?
They arrest me on the next one.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, no.
Very good.
Actually, I went to the
What for?
Borrego Days meeting, the meeting for the Borrego Days Festival coming up in October. And coming back, I'm just turning on to 86, and I see a police sheriff on the other side of the road, and I'm doing my thing. I turn, and you know when you get that weird feeling when they all of a sudden flip on their lights? And you think, nah, it can't be for me. Well, he pulls me over, and I'm saying, I got real nervous because I'm looking
Well, you
around.
feel
I
like
had
a
my
criminal
seatbelt
instantly. I don't
on,
know
but
about
actually I
you.
was eating and driving at the same time, so that might
Is
not be a
that
good thing.
illegal?
So I shove it all over to the side, pulls me over, and he comes to the window, and I'm saying, I said, officer, did I do something wrong? He said, no. So I'm a little confused at that point, and I said, well, okay, why are you knocking on my window? He said, you have tinted windows. Tinted windows on your driver and passenger side are illegal in California. Sean, you're shaking. And actually, is sheriff,
Oh.
right? Yes.
sheriff.
So, and
Yeah,
that's
not
Sean
highway patrol.
Flanagan over there behind the board keeping us on. So, hi, Gideon. Gideon has just joined us. How are you today?
Welcome,
so,
Gideon.
Anyway, so we're talking, and he gives me a ticket. He said, he's giving me the ticket. I'm watching all these cars flying by with tinted windows, and mine wasn't even that dark. So that was okay. I accepted that, but I said, "Is there a fine with this?" He said it's about $20. So I get the ticket, I go on my way, and all the way home, I'm getting madder and madder because I see all these
Every
tinted
car
windows.
in the Coachella Valley,
Has
I would say
tinted windows.
85% are illegal. I mean, it's just absolutely true. I'm not even
But
exaggerating.
They don't say anything. And I told him that. I said, the Coachella Valley, they're all over. And he just said, well, then they should be given more tickets. So anyway, I get home, and I'm looking it up online. I don't even tell Jack 'cause I was so mad.
It's a
I
felony.
was so mad. No, it's not a felony. But he said it was a misdemeanor, and he
Francoise
made it
is on
an
probation.
infraction.
Breaking news here at the Coachella Valley.
All right.
So-
Anyway, so I had
So get that
I
fixed,
had the
would you?
tint removed.
Oh.
And I'm going to go get the ticket, whatever.
And then you're going to
It's
put it right back on.
$197 for an infraction. So anyway,
Whoa.
then I'm going to put a lighter tint back on because I do love the tint. So yeah, for 2 days I fumed about that because everywhere in the Coachella Valley I drove,
agree. I agree.
there's tinted windows.
I agree. You got to have 80 offenses before
Okay.
you get the one.
Gina, hi Gina. Gina Edwards has joined us now. So hey
Gina.
Gina, I'm telling everyone about my ticket. Craig is ready to throw me in the jail. Are you going to come bail me out? Probably not. Anyway.
Well, for showtime.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you for showtime. All right, Craig. So we have a lot of stuff going on today.
We do. We haven't even
Do we
gotten
have
started.
any new sponsors to talk about? I don't know.
New sponsored. Well,
yeah.
we do have a few new sponsors.
Yeah.
We talked about Leaf is coming
right.
on board
Yep.
October 1st. We're so excited. El Paseo Dispensary, we've had a chance to go in.
Yeah.
We've had a chance to investigate it. What a high-class, incredible
Yeah.
place to be able to get product. And so there you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leaf Dispensary, Leaf on El Paseo. You want to talk about our show?
I'm excited too because the show we've been telling you about on the menu, we are going to be starting in October, and we have our first restaurant. It's going to be O'Kane's Irish Pub.
There you go. And what day?
That will be October 17th.
Is that a
However,
Thursday?
yes, the Thursday night
So
between
Thursday,
4:30 and 5:30.
right during happy hour,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing what we're doing here, which is why we've been testing for so long in different locations. We're going to be going remote to a restaurant, meeting with the chef,
Yes.
getting in the kitchen,
Eating.
having some food, and getting paid for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited about
Sounds
that.
pretty darn good. And we have a couple other restaurants that are right there. Actually, we might be doing an opening for a new restaurant coming into town. So real excited about that. On the menu, after about a month or so, you're going to see us every Thursday night between 4:30 and 5:30 coming to you from a different restaurant. So that's
There you
exciting
go.
news.
Do we
All
have a
right.
contest today?
Yes, we have a
Okay, let's
contest
talk about
today.
our contest.
So many things going on.
Wow.
All right here in my hand. What does that say?
It
Oh,
says
have your
Johnny
glasses on.
Costas.
I forgot. We have oops,
I get
wrong
it right?
thing. You did get it right. We have a $25 gift
Wow.
certificate.
Can you see that, Sean?
To
There you go, a little
Johnny
higher.
Costas
There you go.
Restaurante
Can you see
in
that?
Palm Springs.
Oh.
And Philip is watching too. Hi, Philip. And how can you sign up to win this? Well, here's what you do. All you have to do during this show,
Okay, so this is for just the live Facebook people.
live Facebook in both shows. This
Okay,
one and
okay.
Traveling with
Okay,
Francoise,
great.
which follows this one.
This show goes all the way around the world, but sometimes we
well-
only give things to those that are watching live.
That's
so this is
right.
for you guys that are
Yeah.
online right now.
And-
Go ahead.
yeah.
How do we win?
So all you had to do, all you have to make a comment about in the comment section is, what is your favorite Italian dish?
Right here. What's your
Right here.
favorite Italian dish?
Yep, favorite Italian dish.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
And we will pick a winner. And I want to say something about this too, we have not picked the Living Desert admission tickets winners yet. And the reason is, I do not give anything away until I have it in hand. I do not have those admission tickets in
So
hand.
this is a shout out to the Living Desert.
Yeah, please get me those tickets.
Send us those tickets
Yeah.
so we can pass them
We can
off
pass
to
them on.
our winner from last week, and we're so excited about that.
Which we haven't even drawn yet. Which
haven't
we'll
drawn
draw
yet, but we'll do
as
soon.
soon as I get the tickets. I'll go back to all the comments in last week's show. Not to worry. And a couple people, we're going to give to a couple people are going to be winning.
Since we're
Let me
talking
yeah.
about contest, we might
Yeah.
as well, since Barnett English, the founder, the promoter of Joshua Tree Music Festival, the 14th Fall Festival coming up, we have an ongoing 2-ticket giveaway with 2 parking passes, $550 value. We've been running this for quite some time. As of yesterday, 275 entrants in the last week. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Don't we have applause button
Oh,
somewhere?
yeah, there you go. You know, it's
Yeah.
so simple to enter the Joshua Tree Music Festival
Yeah.
contest. You simply email win, W-I-N, at CoachellaValley.com, win at CoachellaValley.com, and just tell us why you want to go to the Joshua Tree Music Festival. Yep. It's that simple.
That's simple.
And we've already got hundreds of people that have shared their why they want to be there, and we're looking so forward to making a selection. We probably won't be doing that today
Yeah.
because the October 10th through the 13th,
Yeah, it's a little soon.
it's getting there.
Yeah,
So
it's a little soon. We want to give everybody a chance to sign up. So no, that's really exciting. I signed up anonymously.
oh, did you really?
Yeah,
Great.
He'll know who it is.
Great.
Dan Scanny just sent us a text, and leave it to Dan. He figures out all this stuff. He said, Francoise, it's my understanding that you have authorizations from a dermatologist or any physician to have tinted front window. I don't know if he means more side windows, so I will go in there. All right.
There you go.
Melissa Lerma says she likes lasagna, and Stephen Martinez says, yes, but I believe there's a percentage of tint. Everybody's talking about my
Oh, the tinting.
Thank you about
Yeah,
the
there you go.
tinted
There you
windows.
go.
I'm going to go
Are
over
there
here.
lawyers out there? Let's
Yeah.
get her represented. Let's go live the next show at the judicial system. Let's learn why 85% of all Coachella Valleyans have tinted windows, and they just picked out Francoise.
Just me. And you know what, though? The guy who does the tinting says, Francoise, more people are getting tickets out in the East Valley. The sheriffs are really picking on people.
You were
with
the
tinted
only
windows.
one that they gave the ticket to.
Just me,
I
yeah.
also understand that you have a, was it your father? Who was actually in the...
Oh, my dad was a policeman.
Yeah, so her dad's a policeman.
Was.
A policeman. Maybe that's why she's getting pulled over
They didn't
now.
have that law, though, back then. So please
Yes,
give me
they
a break.
did.
And
Yes,
I have
they
a
did. I
police
got a
badge.
ticket when I was in my teens in the Coachella Valley for tinted windows. That law has been around for
I
longer
think you're
than
siding with
we
the police
want to
on this
know.
one. All right, we want to say hi to Stephen Martinez. Hi, Stephen, and Laura Green, and Matt Brady likes meatballs. Is that
There
it?
you go.
just
I
eat
like
the
meatballs,
meatballs
too.
Just
Yeah.
meatballs? Oh, all right. Okay, so
On
you know,
anything or by themselves
You were talking
or with
about, He
cheese.
just says meatballs, so I don't know. You were talking about the seasons here. That means job fairs.
Oh, let's talk about job fairs.
Yeah, Bighorn, they don't have a job fair per se, but they are wide open to bunches of positions. That's a word, bunches. They have a lot of positions open at Bighorn Golf Club. You just go to their website. I will put this on Traveling with Francoise, and maybe we can get this on CoachellaValley.com somewhere about some job fairs.
That'd be
going on. What do
great.
you think? Okay.
So let me tell you, if you guys are running a job fair, you're a business of any type, you can add that job fair into the largest social event calendar in the Coachella Valley. It's happening.coachellavalley.com
Yeah.
or coachellavalley.com, and you can submit your event for free. And I tell people that all the time. We are having so many people, Francoise, they're taking advantage.
They should.
Charities,
Yeah.
businesses, organizations.
Crazy not to.
It's been fantastic. So we invite you guys to make sure that you input your events into the calendar, including the job fairs, so that everybody here in the Coachella Valley will have the option to go.
All right. And I'm going to say one more thing on the tinted windows, and then we're done with this subject, folks.
I don't
Yes,
believe her.
I understand that, and truly, I believe this. Blackout windows, no, you should never have them. But mine were not that; they weren't blackout. Because yes, I understand how in this scary world, I would not want to be a police officer and walk up to a car with blackout windows. I totally
I
agree
agree with that.
Totally
That would
agree.
be very, very
right.
difficult.
Okay, now job fair Tuesday, September 24th at Toscana Country Club in Indian Wells. They have, you can see here, a gazillion positions open from food and beverage to housekeeping, security, engineering, all of it happening at Toscana Country Club in Indian Wells, and that is Tuesday, September 24th. Maybe I should go over to these couple other jobs if this doesn't pan out.
Come on
I might be
now.
over there
This is
knocking
going
on the
around
door.
the world,
All right.
and we're getting bigger all the time. If you look at the overlays in the box, bottom, you'll see they're getting more and more people advertising. We're so excited by all the sponsorship and the support and help for Coachella Valley.
Yes, and here's another one. This one might be good for me, though. Lord Fletcher Restaurant. They want an experienced person to run and work the parking lot at night.
That could be me once my knee gets better.
There you go.
I used to be a valet out here.
Really?
Oh, I valeted my way through college, through the last 2 years of high school. I got in cars that I should have never gotten in a car. I don't even know if I had a driver's license at the time. But, you get in some of these Ferraris and things like that, and you couldn't figure out how to turn the lights off.
Then you accidentally drive out onto the street and down about 5 miles and back. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, well, that's true. The only reason that happened is because sometimes you couldn't figure out how to get out of the car. I'm serious. You wouldn't know, like, you get in, you close, and you're, like, sitting in the parking lot going, how do I get out? If I'm in here for 3 more hours, I'm going to be at a job fair.
Where's Craig? Where's our boss? Oh, he took off in that Ferrari. But isn't that car in the back in the corner? He's probably sleeping back there.
Well, do you blame me?
But with all the fobs and the buttons and all this stuff, I don't know. And here's just one more we're going to talk about. Central Union High School District, which is El Centro, California. They are looking for a transportation supervisor.
Well, there you go.
And deadline to apply for that is Friday, October 4th. So there you go. There are people out there. You cannot say that there are not a lot of positions open right now. Season's coming, stuff all over.
Stay with us because we're going to have job fairs posted on our calendar. You can take a look. We also, if you're on Twitter or on Instagram or Facebook, please join us socially because we also add information about all kinds of events on all those different channels. Can I talk about some breaking news?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it good or
No,
bad?
it's fantastic.
Oh, it's okay.
Couldn't believe it. We heard last week about the NHL, the stadium that is being built downtown. Well, maybe last week we talked about it, but some time ago we announced it. The Desert Sun was looking through a consultation. I guess it was with some information about the planning of what was going to go on there. And they discovered that within the information, not only are hockey games allowed, but basketball games are allowed. Come find out, and most people do not know, that Agua Caliente Clippers, do you know that they actually...
I did not know that.
The Clippers are actually a sponsor for a NBA G team out of Ontario. They've run 3 different seasons, so it's a natural fit. In my mind, now they have not announced this, but they can play 31 NBA games. They have 25 home games, so it sure makes sense that we might see the Agua Caliente Clippers playing in downtown Palm Springs 25 nights during the season. That downtown stadium is slated for 144 nights of entertainment. So that's breaking news right here, Coachella Valley.
That is going to change the whole dynamics of downtown Palm Springs. In fact, the entire valley.
10,000 people stadium can grow, I think, to almost 12,000 is what the plans call for. And imagine that amount of people coming to see family shows, NHL, NBA, and all kinds of different things. I'm so excited. I mean, if you like events, Coachella Valley is where it's at.
Yeah. What do you, if you have thoughts about that, folks, just send your comments over. We'll get on the air whatever we can. Let's see. We have a couple other things. We certainly want to bring our guest on who's going to talk about,
That's
the
right.
Joshua Tree. We haven't had our Coachella Valley picks of
Please
the
stay
week.
tuned. We do have Barnett English.
Yes,
that
we
is the
do.
guest, and he is the promoter of the Joshua Tree Music Festival. How exciting is that?
It's
in the
exciting.
house.
Yeah, in the house. And with that, I thought I'd do something in the travel show. After the show, I do a travel show. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Joshua Tree National Park.
Fantastic.
Since he's doing the music festival's
Joshua
right
Tree
outside
Music
there,
Festival, and
I
now
thought
we
it'd be
got the
nice
park.
to talk about the park and give some people some, a little bit of info about the park. But let's go into our Coachella Valley picks of the week.
Okay, fantastic.
So mine is the free concerts in the park, the LA Sound Machine, Thursday, October 3rd at the Civic Center in Palm Desert.
And
it's free.
And they run every week until October 31st.
Pretty cool.
So how exciting is that? You got
That's
5 in October where you can go out there to the Palm Desert Civic Park
Yep.
and enjoy yourself. That is also on the calendar, so you can learn more information about it.
That's where I got it.
Bring your own stuff.
CoachellaValley.com.
There
So
you go.
what's your pick?
Well, what about Sean? What do you got going for us, Sean?
He doesn't have a pick, that's why he's saying that.
I
Yeah.
have,
No, I'm saying Craig does.
I do
yeah,
have a
yeah,
pick.
yeah.
Mine's a special pick.
Sure.
picked the Cannabis Wellness Store.
Interesting. So it's the Cannabis Wellness Tour. and they happen So they happen on Thursdays.
To the whole valley? Or?
I don't know.
If you call,
Yeah.
there's the information there.
Okay.
If you call them and set up, that's right. They
interesting.
will. That's right. So they have tours and information that is like the windmill tours, but you go out as
Yeah.
opposed to being a specific location. And of course, because this area is having grow areas, there's science and the fact that there's everything in California has to be tested. So that we also have those here. We have those test centers here on and on. I think that's a fantastic choice. You ready for mine?
Yes, I'm waiting to write it down.
Mine is just a simple shout out to Dr. Diltz, who did my surgery over at DOC at Eisenhower. I want to thank the entire staff. They were unbelievable. The surgery was so quick. I showed up at 7 o'clock. I was at home by noon. Everybody was fantastic. And so my pick of the week is going back to him. So I can get these stitches off and be released to
many
do more
stitches?
things.
Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
You have
there's a
big
lot
bandage
of
going
things on there.
Yeah,
That's true.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, that's my pick of the week. Thank
all
you,
right.
Dr. Diltz and team
I-
at DOC.
I don't really I'll figure out something for it. But we do have our Coachella Valley Picks of the Week on Traveling with Francoise on the website under our calendar page there. So in fact, we need to get those on CoachellaValley.com somewhere. Our
I
Picks
agree.
of the Week.
I think it'd be a great idea.
All right. Well, there's a lot of things going on in town, but I think now it's probably time. We have our video.
Yeah, let's start off with
Oh my
we
gosh.
have so
Forgot about our
every
video.
week we have both video of the week
Yeah.
and we have photos of the week. Why don't we start off with that video if we
Yeah.
could, Sean?
So were you going to describe what?
Well, I'm not
The
sure.
video?
Maybe Sean could describe what's going on right now. Yeah, if you could tell me.
Yeah, you could yell real loud and
Let's go
well.
with the dog.
So this is a Grammy Award for a pup who is getting his nails clipped.
Aww.
And he doesn't really want to have anything to do with it. Rolls on his back and puts his paws in the air, and it is quite the Academy Award winner. We had thousands of people that liked that video. I see Sean smiling, so I think he's enjoying it. So is it gone?
Okay.
Okay, great. So how about we have a Today's California photo of the day.
Yeah.
These are spectacular photos. They're sent in from around the world by both amateurs and professional photographers. And we pick one every week that gets a lot of hits. What are we looking at, Philip? What are we showing today? Oh, yeah, that's true. Santa Cruz, one of my
Ooh, nice.
favorite
Very nice.
places. So,
Yeah.
and then our last pick is for Coachella Valley. This is from the Coachella Valley pick of the week. And that photo is, oh, that's right, Lucille Ball at Thunderbird Country Club, one of the most unique. I have seen so many photos of her. Usually they're not colorized. This is colorized and very spectacular. This was shared hundreds of times throughout the week. So if you guys have things in your closet, classic photos, pictures that you just took today, something that you want to send to us, then do that.
Do it.
And you might be featured here on CoachellaValley.com and on Traveling with Francoise, our next show.
Yeah, that'll be your big break into photography right here.
So.
Well, before we bring our guests in, I want to do one more thing. Remind everybody we have a contest for a $25 gift certificate to Johnny Costa's Restaurante in Palm Springs. It doesn't expire until December 31st of this year. And in order to be entered, all you need to do is tell us what your favorite Italian dish is. Just make it in the comments, and we will pick a winner, and we'll let you know and do it that way. How's that sound?
I think it's great.
Makes me hungry.
Well, I'm thinking it might be time to bring Barnett in. I think we have a little bit of preview video that you can show. And can you go ahead and hit that video, and I think we'll swing him in. So we're live here at Coachella Valley, and while you were gone, we brought Barnett English in. How you doing? I'm so
Awesome.
glad to
Thanks-
see you.
Thanks
You know
for
what?
taking time to talk to me today.
Founder of Joshua Tree Music Festival, and I don't know if you remember.
I do.
But I'm going to say we're going to
Excuse
move
me, we wanna make sure you
microphones
talk
in.
right into
So
the
we're going to
mic
get
there.
ourselves in here.
There
got
we
it.
go, okay.
I interviewed you a couple years ago. Do you remember?
I do.
One of my favorite interviews. You opened up so much about so many things, about the family, and it was really fun because Gene Navarro, we were waiting for him to do an interview, and he was home working with his kids. I think driving one to a soccer game or something. It was so fun to have that interview, and in the background, it was Thursday, I think, and it was opening night, and yet everybody was, you were just getting back, getting things set up, so many details.
Yeah,
And
there's a lot of those.
so, with that said, 14th Fall Festival, 14th Annual Joshua Tree Music Festival Fall Festival, correct?
That's right, and
So-
we just had our 17th annual spring one, so this will be our 31st
Wow.
festival
So,
up there.
just we'll just move you.
Yeah,
Do
you
we all
need to
want to move
talk
this
into
way?
that
got
mic.
it.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
talk into the mic. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on over.
Okay.
Everybody
so,
come closer to
so
me.
we want to make sure everyone hears
there we
you.
go.
So, all right, I have never been. I'm going to admit it. I've never been. So you tell. I looked online. I read all the information. So tell me all about this event because it sounds pretty darn fun. Yeah.
You got it. I hope that we can correct that though really soon.
I know.
And
I
have you
need to
come,
get out
in
there,
a few
yes.
weeks. So hopefully we see you in a few weeks. There's a lot of things that I could talk for days about the festival, but a couple of things that really stand out is that our festivals have grown organically over 17 years. So the result is our crowd and audience really does feel like an overgrown family, as Craig was talking about. So you will end up hanging out with people that become your best friends, and that really is like the most powerful thing that takeaway from our festival.
Well, hold on. I think what people don't know is that, first of all, you have a degree in business. Is that right?
I do.
So
Just.
just a degree in business. Grew up in the East Coast, Kentucky.
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 Yeah,
So
grew
I'm
up in
from
Kentucky.
Virginia. So that's why I remembered that.
We's kin.
There we are. We as kin for sure. We definitely have some DNA together. And in 1993, you started Java Go-Go.
That's right.
And then you proceeded to do 600 or 700 different festivals as a vendor.
That's right. I think I've been to over 700 music festivals with Java Go-Go. We set up espresso cafes at music festivals, like every Coachella, 25 High Sierra music festivals, and on and on. So for 26 years, I've just basically been living at festivals, almost 30 festivals a year on
Not a bad
average.
life. Yeah.
And I love it. So that's why I started the festival in Joshua Tree. It was born out
Well,
of that.
let's go on. So you were really a didgeridoo, and was that actually at the Joshua Tree campground, or was it close by?
It was at the campground where we host
Where
our
you ha-
festival. I went there to sell coffee at a didgeridoo festival in 2002.
Right.
And I woke up and thought, this would be a great place for a music festival. So I told the campground owners so, and I said, hey, you should really have a music festival here, more than didgeridoos. And they said, well, if you're so smart, why don't you do it yourself? So I was stupid enough to take their dare and had the first festival 6 months later. So that was in 2003.
And you have, since 2003, every single year, you've done the spring festival, and then you added, was it 2 years later, the fall festival?
3 years later, we added the fall festival because we couldn't wait a whole year. It's like Christmas.
I always mess it up. I'm sorry. I always mess it up because, see, the fall festival is the 14th annual, but the spring festival was at the 17th
17th,
annual?
that's correct, yeah.
So I'm always trying to get these things fixed and figured out. But what you guys need to know, it's been going on since 2003.
Right.
You had your 25-year anniversary of the Java Go-Go, right?
That's right, yeah.
Last year, because I
That's
know we
great.
celebrated that. The reason I know so much is because we've been out to Joshua Tree since 2013, covering you guys, and you've been nice enough to have us out there both in fall and spring. And I'm in love. I'm in love with the show. I'm in
great.
love with the experience. Tell us more about beyond just the
Festival.
music.
That's what I'm thinking. I know
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
so much more going on
Well,
than just
obviously,
music, but you do have a lot of music too. So tell us about
Obviously,
how
the
many stages and
Music is a big focus, and one thing that's unique at our festival is we just have one stage live at a time. So a lot of larger festivals have multiple stages, so you might be at one, you at another, and me at a third, so we actually really didn't have the same experience. But at our festival, we're all going to see the same band and all walk away with that same shared experience, which I think adds a lot more to the richness of the whole weekend.
How do you curate? Because I know you curate.
I do.
You
And I
curate.
love it. Yeah, it's like a live mixtape. I started collecting albums when I was 10, so I've been a music junkie my whole life.
Perpetual
and
playlist that you're building in your mind, and then maybe
that's right,
manifest.
this is like a playlist with portalets, basically, is what a festival is. So
I think that's fantastic.
I love doing that, and I make sure the lineup is really diverse, so that there's groups from all over the world. There's groups from Joshua Tree. There's groups from right down the street.
How do people find you? I mean, how do they go about? What is the process like in finding somebody maybe new?
Well, we have a lot
I've
of
been
people
working on
now.
my guitar lately.
Yeah. Please do fill out the artist app on the Get Involved
That's
page,
what I
Craig.
wanted to hear. There you go. Thank you.
So yeah, we do have a lot of people that submit their music to perform, but I also have a short list of my favorites that I always keep, and I'm always updating, and I'm always adding to.
Last year, you had somebody that you've been trying to get for quite some time.
That's right. Fatoumata
Yeah, there you go.
Diawara, an amazing African woman, and I've been trying to get her to play for 10 or 12 festivals, and she was finally able to come last year, and it was amazing. It was better than I even expected.
That's always good. So
Yeah.
you have a course of music going on, but you also have all these different yoga and all these different things for
Well, tell us.
spirit
That's
and
right.
body. So tell everyone.
Yeah, there
so
is,
they're not. So it's
so
not
you
just
can
about
take
the
a-
music. It's an entire experience.
There's yoga classes from sunrise to sunset. And then another key part of the whole festival is Kidsville is action-packed because we really do encourage people to bring families. It's on our website. It's at the top of all our posters.
Which that,
We
excuse
really
me,
are
right
family friendly.
there is different.
It
Because
is.
people think of music festival and they don't think of, let's just take the whole family. They think, well, I'm not even going to say what they probably think. But this
yeah.
is really unique, and I love the fact that you've opened it up to families.
Yeah,
They
I
have a
think-
bus that only kids are allowed on. I mean, this
There
is
you
this
go.
is extended way beyond
Like
just
it.
bringing kids. There are areas that only kids themselves can be and experience. Of course, the parents are around, but they're not allowed on the bus. And I really
right.
like that. I take a picture every time because the kids are hanging out. They're just loving the fact that, well, I guess they have a little bit of control, a little bit of power, and a little bit of
That's
fun.
right.
They're the
But you've
boss.
designed that for a walking experience. I know there's art being procured. You know,
That's right.
like how many pieces of
Yeah,
art are
tell
being
us about
made?
the art.
There's a bunch of visual art pieces, installations, murals all around the site. So it's visually stimulating. But then as far as some of the other activities, there's music and song and dance play shops. So all day long you might take a sound healing bath or a drumming workshop or a tap class we had last May. So there's a lot of interactive and fun things to do other than be right in front of the stage,
Right.
digging the music all day long.
4 days, 3 nights, and there's campgrounds too. So if you really want an immersive experience, not only I've seen people do, you know, Airbnbs and drive in. I've seen people do day passes and come in and watch one day. But then there's a campground there. Tell me about the campground.
Yeah, we really encourage people to stay on site. Again, it enhances your experience a lot more. So literally you wake up and you're having coffee with 30 of your neighbors, and the conversations that happen and the interactions that happen just make the experience, again, so much richer than as if you'd driven home and come back.
Hey, Barnett, I want to let you know you're also on Instagram, Coachella
What?
Valley Live over here.
Is this Graham worthy?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
I feel so good.
About 40,000 fans on Coachella Valley
Right.
talking to you right now. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Philip Creo, for helping us out. I also want to thank Sean Flanagan behind the board. If we could turn this around, you'd see all these lights and things happening here. We're so excited to be broadcasting CoachellaValley.com. If it's happening, it's here. And we're doing this remotely. I mean, look at the technology
I like
that
it.
we've advanced. Over 500,000 social media fans now, and so that's why we're turning to this to continue to share all the things that are going on. And in the house today, Barnett English from Joshua Tree Music Festival.
How do people, can they still buy tickets? How do they buy tickets? Tell us about that.
We definitely are selling tickets still.
And
So
this is
it's-
kind of
it's
a crazy question because
yep.
it just popped in my head because of the music festival. I know it goes, so much planning goes into it. What if somebody just shows up to the gate and wants to come in for a day? Do
You can do that, yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
Well,
So
there you
there's
go.
a front gate box office, but then you can go online and buy tickets 24/7 on the World Wide Web.
Now, I
Okay.
know at some point the online does stop, and then the only way you can get a ticket is to actually show up.
That's correct. A few days before the festival.
just a
like
couple of
on
days.
Sunday night before the festival. So then you would just come straight up to
We
the gate.
recommend that you get your tickets online. You get them now. Is that coupon code still good? The
It should be.
CHOLLA.
not my area.
CHOLLA. If it's not, then it's not. But if it is, it's worth $20 to you guys at checkout. So make sure you handle your business there. CHOLLA. It's also on our website. We're just talking about buying tickets for Joshua Tree Music Festival. You can do it online at joshuatreemusicfestival.com. Or what I wanted to bring up was the fact that even if it is a day or two before and there's no more online ticket sales, it's so easy to go to the campgrounds and pull over and walk right up to this little booth and get your will call tickets. I do it every single year. That's how I get my tickets. You leave them there for us, and I'm letting you know, it is. You might have to wait a little bit, but it's nothing like a Coachella. I mean, you're literally maybe 30 feet away
That's
from
right.
that will call.
So, and that is the Joshua Tree Lake RV and Campground, correct?
That's correct.
Oh,
It's
right.
a privately owned campground in the shadows of the national park.
Yeah, which is right next door. Beautiful. And how about the camping facilities? Are you sold out? Did you?
No, we still have space for camping.
do?
It's
Okay.
a 40-acre privately owned campground, so 25 acres is all camping, and people get in pretty cozy, but there's still plenty of room. And like I said earlier, we encourage people to camp on site because it really enhances the whole weekend experience.
You know, you're an entrepreneur, and you also are a co-sponsor with another festival that I understand that you
right.
rescued in some way. I mean, maybe that's rescued, let's just say that.
Yeah, just pump some air in the tire.
And that is in Truckee, California, and it's in between your spring and your fall, and it is...
It's a Guitarfish Music Festival. Good friends of mine started it 9 years ago, and about 3 years ago, they were losing energy and thought, well, either we're going to quit and I said, well, you can quit or let's do it together. So we have 3 festivals a year now. We have the 2 Joshua Trees, and then we produce the Guitarfish Music Festival, which is at the end of July.
And you still do Java Go-Go.
That's right. We're actually selling coffee right now as we speak. at the
And
festival.
I understand that you guys are starting to put together some interesting housing and things like that for camping. In other words, it's another project that you guys are working on. I just think it's so interesting. People want to know about you, too.
That's
So-
funny. Yeah, we've been upcycling trailers. If you drive through the desert, you'll notice they're everywhere. So we buy trailers for $50 or less, totally destroyed trailers, and then we refurbish them and turn them into cozy camper trailers, and then we rent those out at our festivals and at other events. Actually, some of them are being driven right now to a yoga festival. So
How many in the cadre right now? How many campers do you have?
don't tell my sweetheart who's watching right now. Or
Who's
my daughter.
filming,
We have
actually,
33
right
trailers now, and a few years ago,
33?
yeah, it's excessive. My 12-year-old at the time, she saw another trailer come in the driveway, and she said, "You know, Dad, you have more trailers than I have Barbie dolls."
And it's
I
gonna
said,
stay-
"Well, does that
and it's
mean you
gonna
want
stay
more
that
Barbie
way.
dolls, or do you
Yeah.
want me to get rid of trailers? Because
Trailers.
this can go
So-
both ways."
Make one like a little Barbie house, and
That's
that'll
right.
make her happy. Do a trailer. Well, you have a lot going on, so it's very exciting. In
Life
fact,
is
I was
busy.
thinking this whole time. I said, I love my life, but I'm kind of loving yours too. So you're doing
Well,
what you
hopefully,
enjoy,
true.
which is we're really lucky to be able to do what we enjoy.
It's
You know what?
absolutely
The
true.
reason I bring up your schooling and all the entrepreneurial pursuits, because sometimes I just think, promoters, people think, well, you're a promoter and everybody just shows up, and they don't understand the details and the amount of time and energy, stress, sweat, decision-making, intuition, all the things that go into,
And the amount of money you're allowed to lose.
and the amount of money that you're allowed to lose. Good thing that you have a partner
Yeah,
that can hopefully balance you out in
I
that.
keep my other 3 day jobs for sure.
There you go. Well, that makes me wonder, when October is done and then the next show is spring, what are you doing in that period of time?
Well, this past couple weeks, I've already been working on the 2020 festival. So the further we plan ahead, the easier life is. And so we're always doing something. I definitely try to sleep for 2 days after each festival and then wake up and do it again. Can't wait for the next one.
We have an event. We have a contest going on for Joshua Tree
Right.
Music Festival. Barnett was nice enough, and Cassie, to provide us a couple of tickets, of which we've been making available on a contest. We made it really simple. They just simply have to email us at win@coachellavalley.com and tell us why they want a Joshua Tree Music Festival experience. And we're not sure, I was thinking about maybe picking today, but we're having so many entries. We're in the hundreds, almost 300 in the last
It'll
week.
be awesome to read some of the entries and see
So-
what they all say. Their
So we're
comments
going
are
to have
hysterical.
to hit you up again to maybe pick
do.
the winners of that. So that would be a lot of fun. So remember, win@coachellavalley.com, and you guys can get 2 tickets and 2 passes to park. $550 value, win@coachellavalley.com if you're so lucky. Or go to joshuatreemusicfestival.com. Use the code CHOLLA if it's still available to save $20, and we're encouraging you guys to do that right now. If you have any questions at all, you can put them in the comments. We always follow up. We always add detail and information after the show.
Should we tell them they can carpool up with Francois?
Absolutely.
There
Let's
you go.
talk about
coming
That's
to her
right.
first
I'm
Joshua
going.
Tree Music
My
Festival,
SUV.
so-
I'm taking everybody up with me.
But
Cool.
but
There's
her
that.
windows are no longer tinted, so
well,
you will be
let's not go
seen.
there.
Yeah,
Please,
it's
let's
too-
not
yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
Well,
She got a ticket.
yeah, we don't even need to go there. It's really been great having you on. We
Thanks
hope
for
to
taking
have
the
you
time.
back for other events. Maybe you can actually bring one of your little trailers next time, and we can go out there
Oh,
and do
that'd
a
be so
live.
much fun.
I would like that on the travel port.
Let's do it.
That's it. Let's have you, back to talk
I'll let you
about
pick
your-
out the color. We have
Okay.
some Jackson Pollock splatter ones, some pink ones, and a
So
few
if we
color.
take it to the music festival, can I stay in the little trailer?
Not for this October. They're all
Not this
booked.
one, but
yes,
one
for
of these
May.
ones coming up.
I'll help you.
Yeah.
out.
And you know what? We'll have you back with a trailer, and we'll actually take the camera outside and do that on the
do
travel
it.
show. What's that? How's that sound?
That sounds great. I'd love to. Thanks.
I'm excited.
Appreciate it.
I'm ready.
You know, one more
I'm ready to
thing.
go.
Gene Navarro Jr. has played every single, am I right about this fact?
Yeah.
Every single festival, both spring and fall.
Well, he's played every single. He wasn't actually born when we first started the festival. He's put out
That's a
11 albums.
technicality.
He's put out 11 albums already, and he is not yet 30 years old. I met him when he was 18, and I heard him playing in a cafe, and just with his buddy on drums and Gene on guitar, and they sounded like the Allman Brothers. Which, by the way, the Allman Brothers is 11 musicians or 10 musicians, and these 2 guys alone sounded that good. So he's played at every single festival since then, since 2009, I believe. He's an amazing talent.
And I'm going to request an interview. We did last year, and like I said, he ended up having to go home to take care of
Yeah.
some family stuff because he lives nearby, which I just, once again, I think makes that the most incredible part of the Joshua Tree Music Festivals, just the family orientation all the way around. I know the people that play there, you consider family and friend, and so it's just that way. But I'm going to ask for that rain check because I think it'd be really neat to get Mr. Navarro to talk with us a little bit.
Absolutely, he's fascinating, and he's so far ahead of his time, and his intelligence and his soul and his heart are so strong that his girlfriend / bass player, she told me, she's like, he wakes up every day with a new song. We haven't even learned the song from the day before. So he's that prolific.
Wow.
That would
Yeah.
be crazy.
Wow.
Impressive.
Well, that's impressive that
again,
she can deal with that.
Yeah.
That intensity.
Exactly.
Okay.
What's up? Are we wrapping it up?
I think that's.
Thank you, guys.
No, we thank
I really
you
appreciate
so
it.
much. We're excited.
And I hope to see you in a few weeks up there.
I'm going to be there.
Thanks for coming
I
to our
will.
studio.
Thanks.
We're
Great.
gonna
Actually, I'm
be
going
there.
to drag him up there. We'll just.
Well,
maybe
I'm going to be
maybe
up there.
We'll carpool. I don't know.
We'll be with our big long lenses taking photos and taking pictures, and if we are able, we'll do another live there, maybe with Gene and others, and we'll always give you kind of a preview of the grounds because it's not just the stages, it's not just the yoga, it's the camping, the environment. You can literally, there's a lake out there. It just kind of goes on and on and on, and it changes every year. So you can't say I've been because you haven't been to this one. And if you've never been, it's for every age group, every single age group. There's also live entertainment. There's so many different acts and things that are also going on around that, you know, you're just walking by and all of a sudden you just see something you've never seen before, and you always hear kids' giggles and
right.
kids having fun. And I'm a kid, so I'm recommending Joshua Tree Music Festival for October 10th through the 13th, 4 days, 3 nights. And we've got Barnett English, the founder, right
thanks
here.
again,
Thank you
Craig.
so much, man.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
I think we're going to sign out now. This is Craig Campbell for CoachellaValley.com. If it's happening, it's here. And I am here with my famous co-host, Francois
Francois
Rhodes,
Rhodes.
traveling, world famous, traveling with Francois. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back at you. We're going to take a break, go offline, let you guys grab some water, and get prepared for the second show, Traveling with Francoise. And I'm excited about it.
And me.
And her.
Today is
So,
going to be just me. Going to talk about some travel. Going to talk about Joshua Tree National Park. So stick
there
around.
you go. Thank you so much, Instagram, for joining us. Thank you for everybody.
Thanks,
Talk to you
Phil.
guys later. Bye, Coachella Valley.